Die line with the boom pow. Every week now I switch to a new style. 212s in the back just blew out. Everything I do end up in the news now. Lead a cloud with a few.
What's up, guys? Today I just want to take the time to talk about some talents and rotation, things like that. So this is the talent setup I usually take, which is in the first slot, Cold Heart. The reason I take this over Icy Talons is because I always sim my character, and right now Cold Heart is simming above Icy Talons paired with Runic Attunement, which is the only really reason that I could think that it would be better. Maybe if I had double 350 weapons, I'm not sure, but right now, the Cold Heart crit for 50k is just putting you in such better position with the fights only lasting for so long. On the second tier, for Murder's Efficiency, is just not simming as well as Horn of the Winter or Runic Attunement. And Runic Attunement is just coming, like a little bit below Horn of Winter, or, they're kind of about the same, but the, precision that Horn of Winter puts in, you can get runes when you need them, and you can use it during your breaths to prolong instead of, just that little bit of runic power you're getting from your auto attacks, which is good to fill the gaps. But I just think that having Horn of Winter, you just, it's controlling, and you can, I got some procs, and I don't really need the Horn of Winter as early. You can kind of prolong your breath for longer that way, and it's, it's definitely a higher skill cap. So if you're looking to just easily be able to do damage, I would go ahead and take Icy Talons and Runic Attunement, because that's, the easy way out. But, for more buttons to press, I like having Cold Heart and Horn of Winter. In the next talent, I really like this Death Grip, has a 40-yard range. I mean, some mobs are just really, really far away sometimes, and you have to leave melee range to kind of grip them to you, and it's nice to be able to just grip every mob from forever away. But, of course, then with a plus Blinding Sheet, it's going to be really good for being able to just stop an entire pack from casting. Right now, the only real level 60 talent is going to be Frozen Pulse. It fills your damage voids. Since we're so rune-starved, you just stay rune-starved, stack mastery, and do damage. Frost Scythe is decent, but, I mean, I don't think we have high enough crit yet to really make Frost Scythe good. The level 75 trait, I really like Death Pact. I was mad when they took it away. I'm happy that they gave it back. Permafrost just doesn't provide enough damage reduction for me. Wraithwalk, I don't like that it doesn't replace your Death Advance, so you kind of have two movement speed cooldowns. I'm sure in a raid setting that's going to be, like what you're going to go for 2 sprints, but for right now, like being able to health potion and then Death Pact, I mean, it's your entire health. That's amazing. Alright, in the next tier, Celestial Advance just isn't viable. The freaking music just got really loud there. Let me just turn that down a little bit. Celestial Advance gets really high, or is not very high. Gathering Storm is probably the best thing for like a prolonged fight, because that's going to give you the most amount of damage. But as of right now, Citrigus's Fury, or Frostworm's Fury, is what they call it now, is a little bit higher than anything else that's simming, and plus it's freaking awesome. It's a dragon. Like, you press the button and it does 100k. Like, that's amazing. And it's just, I like the playstyle of stacking cooldowns, popping trinkets, having procs, and being able to use it. On the last tier, Breath Saragossa, it's just too strong. Like, I wouldn't use anything else. I don't really love the breath build, honestly, but, now that they have changed it so that it doesn't need to be a 2-minute breath, perfect freaking legendaries, all this crap, double, empower rune weapon, it's just nice. Alright, so let's move into the gearing side of things. I'm going to put this website in the description, but it's called Blood Mallet, if y'all want to go ahead and look that up. It goes ahead and runs over every class. And you can check out which Azerite gear is your best in slot. So what I'm wearing right now is actually the full set of the second best. And, you're pretty much looking at your best Azerite traits as being in the second tier 2 slot, Heed My Call as number 1, then Earthlink, and then Gut Ripper, you know, just as a thing. And if we're looking at tier 1, your best traits are going to be Thunder's Blast, Tidal Surge, Laser Matrix, and Glacial Continuity, in that order. So, you know, if you can find gear with that stuff on it, it's usually going to be good. If you know, don't really want to target farm exactly what you want. All the rest of your gear, it really doesn't matter. Strength is going to be your number 1 priority. If you can get a crit and mastery, that's what you want. Some people will say 10% haste. I'm going to say fucking stack mastery right now because, yeah, you need mastery. And everything, all this gear is going to be replaced next week anyway because of the raid. For trinkets, I'm running the Darkmoon card Fathoms because right now it's just too good on AoE and on single target. And then I just got this today, the First Mate Spyglass, which is 800 crit on use 2 minutes. I mean, that's really good. Over here I have a lot of other trinkets that I hold on to. You know, the Flask. That's good. It's just only for 10 seconds for 800 strength. The next best is this, you know, crit trinket that gives you strength. This is good for AoE, but you have to stand still and not move. And, you know, who likes standing still? Let's be real. Alright, I think that's everything for talents and gearing wise. If you want to know how I know what my stat weights are, I use Pawn. And pair that with SimC, and I'll put all this in the description. But you just type /SimC once you have the add-on, and it brings up a spread out of your character right here. Copy paste it into the website RaidBots, or go ahead and download the SimCraft add-on, like actually onto your computer, the app SimCraft, and then run the program, and then you can copy paste your pawn string into here. And that will show you, like here, it's telling me that this ring is a 5% DPS increase because it wants me to drop the haste that I have and get more crit. But I lose mastery, and I like having 50% mastery right now. It just feels right. And I'm definitely gonna have to sim to figure out whether the amount of crit change, losing that haste, is actually worth it. All right, so let's go ahead and go over the game sound's gotta be turned down. Let's go over some of the rotation. If I could find game sound, there we go. Game sound to 1%. Okay, so on a single target mob, you're pretty much looking in. If you DBM timer, you know you're gonna be pre-potting at 2, and then you're gonna run in. I like to pop my Pillar of Frost, and then immediately go in Cold Heart, turn on Remorseless Winter, pop freaking that, forget the name of it now, immediately start breathing. So what you're watching for now is you're kind of looking at what runes are popping, and then when you get in a situation where you're gonna be below 25 runic power, you want to go ahead and pop your Horde of Winter, so you can kind of keep that breath going for as long as possible. So that's what you're looking for. And let me turn on the thing so y'all can see it. Add-ons. This. We want to show it while we're in the world. Let's test that out. Yep, okay. So we'll do that. We'll do that a little bit better after 2 minutes is up. But I guess we can talk about like just AoE rotation and like in a dungeon. I mean, when you're in a dungeon, like what you're kind of looking at is this is where most of your damage is coming from. If you notice, every time I auto attack while I don't have any runes, I kind of get this, you know, frozen pulse explosion coming out of me, and you know that's happening because you're rune starved, and that, you know, just keeping up Remorseless Winter and just kind of keeping your runes low while you don't have any cooldowns to pop is what's going to do the most damage for you, and just kind of keeping your auto attacks going, which is why Icy Talons is a good stat as well. I guess while we're waiting for cooldowns, we'll go over my WeakAuras. And I can put all these up too if you guys want to see them. but I'll go ahead and pull them all up. So what I got going on down here is I've got the Cold Heart. It only shows one in combat. You know, it stacks up to 20, and then it'll say 20 stacks is ready to be used. The reason this is good is because if you have 15 or more stacks, and you have Pillar of Frost up, and you have over here, as you can see, I have it tracking to see if any of these buffs are procced. Which are just Azerite gear buffs, and I have to add the rest of them to them, like my Earthlink and things like that. But if the Fallen Crusader procs and you have 15, like, you want to use it because it's going to do more damage than if you didn't have Fallen Crusader and Pillar of Frost up, of course. But and then in here, you know, it's showing you when my Morris's Winter comes off cooldown, when my Empower Rune Weapon comes off cooldown, and when Horn of Winter is off cooldown. And then this is really important because I have a really hard time, like, remembering that Morris's Winter is coming off cooldown. So I, you know, have this kind of tracker that says it's about to be ready to hit, and because you'll notice that if you actually put Remorse's Winter on cooldown, right here, and you have no runes when it comes off cooldown, then it's gonna, like, still look like it will take the effect of the cooldown of whatever rune you have. So it's coming off cooldown in 3 seconds here, but we have no runes, so it's off cooldown. But if I use the runes that it would take to use it, now it's on cooldown again for 5 seconds. So it's ready, and you just wasted that rune that you could have had Morris's Winter up, which is what you should have done. So, like, that helps to me to remember, like, alright, I need to use the Morris's Winter, because that's also a lot of your damage. And if you're running Glacial Storm, which, you know, you need to know to pull runes to get ready for your next Morris's Winter, because, you know, during Glacial Storm, it's every time you use a rune, you get 10% increased damage. So you want to have full runes before you turn on Glacial Storm. You know, that's a really good thing. Alright, so let's go over that opener rotation one last time. So we're going to get the countdown timer. We're going to pre-pot. Then we're going to go in. We're going to pop our cooldowns. Then we're going to charge up some runic power, pop Empower Rune Weapon, start breathing. Go ahead and use Cold Heart. We got a proc on our weapon, so we're going to go ahead and use that. Breath or Horn of Wintering so that we can keep our stuff up. To get Remorse's Winter turned on. And the reason I move back and forth, I fill those gaps with something for my fingers idly to do. I don't know, it's just, you know, if you're a DPS, you like to move. Everyone kind of knows about that. But yeah, that's it. And then you're just, at that point, you're just looking at your runes, and you're kind of making the decision. And I'm looking at these WeakAuras, figuring out, like, okay, now I have Pillar of Frost up again. And then I have a Rhine proc, I'm using the Rhine proc. Like, oh, I have 20 stacks. And my Fallen Crusader proc, that's when I want to use my Cold Heart. Oh, there's Horn of Winter to fill some gaps. And I know that Horn of Winter is only a 45-second cooldown, and I still have 58 seconds left on my breath. So I can use Horn of Winter, and it'll be ready for the next breath phase. And I'm always keeping my runes below 2. And, you know, because I'm using this add-on right here in the middle, which is compact runes, I like that the runes are displayed like this. You can actually, you know, easily see just with one little glance, you know, what you need to do. So now I have one rune right here, and I know Remorse's Winter is coming off cooldown. That's when I knew because of this add-on over, or the WeakAura over here that was telling me I needed to not use that rune on anything. But, you know, alright, so there's the Cold Heart proc. Yep, and that's pretty much how we DPS. And then, so if we see here, I'm gonna start pulling runes because everything is up, you know. And I'm gonna hit here. I've got 100 runic power, and I haven't used it yet because I know I'm about to pop this. Go straight into breath. And you got big cooldowns coming up. Big cooldowns straight into this. And this is where most of your damage is coming from. And we were a little bit early. If we got, you know, like one extra proc, we would have gotten the Horn of Winter inside of the breath. But if you're focusing most of your cooldowns around your burst phase, that's the damage that's going to carry you to the next burst phase. And I mean, if you talk to a lot of people, they think, oh, we should spread our damage out. No, like, you want to line up all your things and do as much damage as you possibly can to try to hold you over until the damage and cooldowns come off cooldown again to be able to use them again. And I mean, line up everything. Like, you're watching. I love having WeakAuras to watch everything, and I don't even have all the WeakAuras that I want yet. You know, I got Earthlink up here that's just counting up strength. You know, like, if you can somehow time Cold Heart while Earthlink is at max stacks, and you have Pillar of Frost stacked up to like 22%, and you have a Fallen Crusader proc down here, and you hit that Cold Heart button, and it freaking hits for 70k crit. You know, like, that is good damage, and it's going to show on the meter. Alright, well, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll take this time to say I'm sorry that my mic probably sounds awful. I actually have a new one that's being ordered, and it should be here within the next week, and I'll be making, you know, a lot more videos. Right now I just don't like making videos because I know my mic sounds awful, but you guys wanted to hear about how I do my rotation, and yeah, I'll put all of the links to the stuff in the description. Check that out. Make sure you like the video. Tell some other people about it, I guess. Yeah, but in the next coming future, there's going to be some more videos of us playing Mythic Plus together when Mythic Plus comes out. We're going to pretty much be doing like a funny moments, you know, kind of group. It'll be me, Crow, Doom, all the people you've seen in the videos before, all playing World of Warcraft together. So hope to see you guys in the next coming months, and I hope you enjoy. Alright, bye.